My student asked me to marry him, was what a fellow instructor, adjunct professor for an international program, told me when I asked, trying to prepare for my own uh, experience and preparation by the university. Um, you don't want to go there, right? You want to increase your impact. And so, sorry, I'm getting some prompts here from Facebook. Um, Instead of diminishing it. And so, how do you do that? Well, I want to share two steps with you. And that first was an example kind of what not to do, right? So, step is to become more aware of the gestures and cultural norms of you'll be working with a cultural group. And I say it's impossible to not work interculturally when you consider not just global differences, this was in another country, but also gender, generation, um, sexual orientation, so many religions, so many different factors. And so again, I was not given any preparation, but decided to get some on my own. I did some research. I met with another adjunct professor. I asked to speak with the dean. This was going to teach international business and organizational behavior in Hong Kong and Malaysia. And what we were told by the university in the faculty handbook was to promote discussion in the classroom. What these students had been used to lecture style classrooms. So, you know, they weren't saying anything at first, even giving them the permission to discuss in the class. And so then I had to figure out and work with them on how to have some small group discussions and other ways that was kind of a blend of our culture rather than just expecting them to adapt. So if I hadn't been prepared, if I hadn't done my research and just shown up and they weren't discussing anything, I might have assumed, oh, these people just, these students were totally unprepared and they didn't read the lessons. They didn't come to the classroom ready to participate. There must be something wrong with them. Or, I might even go further and have a bias against this cultural group and just say, oh, they're just lazy and that's why they're not talking in class. So that's an example of the other step I want to share with you is to be aware of your own culture and the culture of the people that you're interacting with, and to come up with how you want to work together. And that's including checking in on any assumptions or biases that you might have and how they might be interfering with your work together, decreasing rather than increasing your impact. So if you want to learn more, then join. I'll list the blog, and you can read more about it, or contact me for a strategy session, and unlock your potential strategy session. So thanks for joining me. Good to see you. We're finishing this in under 5 minutes as promised. See you next week.